Here we go. Kobernusz here with talk therapy. It's kind of what I call it. It's kind of what I do to let ideas out, to let what's going on in my life out, and just kind of put it all out there for the world. What that looks like, sounds like, here, like, I have no idea. I have no idea what I am about to say. This is just me talking from my truth, my center, and just a way to put it all out there into the world, into the endless opportunity of myself, the endless, limitless ideas coming from me. And I mean, it literally is just talk therapy, talking out loud, just to see and feel and hear what I have going on, and see if there's any truth to it, see if there's anything I can do about it, see if there's anything I can let go. So yeah, I mean, I would say today's topic, if there was a topic, would be stages of change, or readiness of change, or understanding change, and seeing if I can really articulate what a person does, or what I do, to help myself change, to help other people change. I think the word change could probably be a little overused, or it basically just is. It could be interpreted as what's the word? There's a word for it I'm looking for right now, but my brain's not working to where I wanted to. It's basically intimidating, right? It could be intimidating. The word change itself, or even the process of change, can be intimidating unless you really think about it, right? So I think what the reason I'm so compelled to talk about change today is understanding what you want, right? And what kind of help do you want? What kind of help do you need? How much change do you want? How much change do you need? So, it could be essentially just understanding what change is. And I'm not, there's stages of change, and that's a whole other topic. You got pre-contemplation, contemplation, action and maintenance, and all that, everything in between. But that's fine and dandy. If you want to learn about that, just Google that type stuff. The stages of change, or readiness for change. What I'm talking about is really grasping what you want to change and why, right? Get rid of the how and get into the why. And I think that's what I've done, is doing a really good job of what knowing is of your why. Why would you want to change? And what level are you at, right? Like you wouldn't be like, let's put it in school terms, right? Like, if you're in the 3rd grade trying to get to the 4th grade, you need to find a 3rd grade teacher so you can perfect that. Not to be perfect, but to perfect. Like, you got to find a 3rd grade teacher to teach you everything about 3rd grade to get to 4th grade. Like, you're not going to use 4th grade tools if you don't know them. You're not going to use 4th grade tools in the 3rd grade. You're not going to use 3rd grade tools in the 4th grade. And same thing goes for, like, 5th grade. You're not going to do 3rd grade work and skip 4th grade to get to 5th grade, right? If that makes sense. If it doesn't, I guess I could talk more about it. I mean, really, it just goes down to, it is just a few little changes at once for what kind of change you want. Like caterpillar to a butterfly, right? These are just some awesome examples that Kyle Cease talks about, and I've just been hanging with him and doing the, watching YouTube videos from him, and it's friggin' awesome. And the dude's got it figured out. Like, he is talking from his truth every moment of every day, I feel like. But it comes down to change, right? Like, change itself can be just scary, right? Like, oh my gosh, I gotta change all of this. You really don't have to change anything. Just be aware of the changes happening, and be aware of why. Because I think what happens is, a lot of times we forget about the why because we are caught up with the how. Like we forget how to do something, or like we if we don't know how to do something, we all of a sudden just don't do it. Like if we don't know how to do it, we just stop. Like that's human behavior. That's kind of what we do, is we just stop. So it doesn't make much sense to me to stop doing what we're doing just because we don't know how. And that's what I do. That's why I call myself the executioner, is because I execute. I figure it out until I know how, or at least until I can get something moving to teach me how. Like in today's world, if you don't learn new things, you're just going to become stagnant, and then you're just going to, become, stuck in a way. Like you have to be willing to learn how. And then if you don't know how, find a way how. Really, it's stopping, acknowledging that you don't know how, and loving the fact that you don't know how. And then once you love the fact that you don't know how, then you can move forward with that. So that's what I offer for you today, is to recognize where you're at within your how. Recognize where you're at within your why. Why do you want to change? What do you want to change? How, when, and where, right? All of those fun things of how, who, what, where, why, when, and how. It just is fascinating to me that just because we don't know how doesn't mean we don't move forward with it. Like you can't tell me when you were a child that just because you didn't know how to get to the point of standing and walking didn't mean you just stopped trying. Look at a child between the ages of 0 and 2, 0 and 3, right? If we can all apply every day what you learn between the ages of 0 and 3, that attitude, that gift, that level of curiosity to every day of our life, we would be amazed on the endless opportunities that would come our way. So again, that's really what I offer for you today, is to just figure out where you're at with your how, with your why, with your change, and don't be so afraid of the change. Change happens. Changing happens all the time, and that's what I'm doing here, is I am changing out loud. Like I'm just, Kyle Cease does Evolve Out Loud, and that's a big deal. And just talking through my truth and talking out loud gives me the opportunity to change. And it just feels really good to put it all out there and not to expect anything. Like I don't expect anything from my talk therapy. I just talk, right? Like I literally just talk. That's it. And with that talk therapy, it comes pretty cool to me to know that, whatever I'm doing, it always comes from a place of truth right now. It is always right now, and hopefully forever. It just is. It's not from a place of desperation anymore. It comes from a place of inspiration, and whatever I recommend and whatever I point to as far as like, hey, somebody asks me, what's the good thing for this and what's a good thing for that? All I got to do is say, hey, this is what I recommend. If you want to do it, great. If you don't, that's up to you. That's on you. That's not on me. And when you do whatever I say and recommend, that's cool. That's great. I will give you all I got. And that's what being a coach, and that's what being a human being is all about. And, finding out what is in your best interest to help you out. So give it a shot today. Go as far as you can with everything that you can, and ask why first, and keep asking why until you can't answer it. Then you figure out your how. So change, right? Change. Oh my gosh, I gotta change this and I gotta change that. That's another thing for another day, but stop thinking you got to or you have to do it. Think of everything as you get to. That in itself is a powerful shift. to just start saying, I get to do this and I get to do that. As soon as you are in a place of gratitude because you get to do something, everything else will come towards you even faster. Everything else that you want to do will come even faster. I get to make videos. I get to talk to people about their health and their wants and their needs. I get to do talk therapy. I have the opportunity to do that, and I am grateful for it. Like anybody who would ever want to listen to what I have to say, I am just grateful for that anyway. Like it is just a big deal for me to know those types of things, to love those types of things. So what does that look like? What does that feel like? It is just awesome to know that moving forward is change, and change is just being. So if you're looking for, a mentor to help you with all of this type stuff, head to jedkobernusz.com, put in your name and email. On the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see, subscribe to my blog. Right underneath that, the free coaching. Put your name and email in there. And you know what? I'll see you on the other side to make all of your visions and your dreams become reality. I'll help you with that. And as always, if you're willing to change from the neck up, you will change from the neck down. Have yourself an awesome day. I believe in you. Now it's your turn to start believing in yourself. Be safe out there. Stay blessed. Bye for now.